a shipment of Raise Energy just came in. Let's go ahead and get my first taste of Freaking Sour here live on camera because we're doing this right. It's like a hint of gummy worms in there or something. A little sour though. Let's bring it. If you guys are interested in ordering your own Raise or any of other projects that they do, be sure to use code SkyRidge to save 15% off on any of your purchases. No, seriously, it's actually really good. Just realized I need to get my goggles to do this thing right. It's much better. So what's up everyone, welcome to another Vanguard video here on the channel where it's spooky time. I have my spook juice that you just saw. And, yeah, rocking my Dark States hoodie, my goggles ready. Finally got some promos in for Dark States. So, you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for a Dark States deck profile. Now, I should do Bruce the Boy, or, you know, maybe even Bear Magnus, but you know what? It's Halloween, being spooky, and I cannot wait for this deck to come out, so that means only one thing. Ladies and gentlemen, get your proxies ready. We're talking about our good boy Gredora. Hey guys, Future Jared here, and I just realized, right as I was finishing my editing process for Gredora, here's right here, my boys, the proxy deck that Bushy rode today. I don't know why I didn't think about this. They literally announced it at the beginning of last week or whatever. Decided to announce support for a certain something that's equally as spooky, slightly different kind of spooky. It's actually getting really good from today's reveals. So it's time to make all your Sephiroth memes. So let's go ahead and take a look at our spooky space mommy, kaiju, tentacle, goddess, queen, Space Gredora herself. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Gravidia time. So, Gravidia is a brand new archetype coming out in set 3 for Brant Gates. And they're just lovely little army of space kaiju, waifu, tentacle monsters, led by Miss Gravidia Nordlinga right here, the main grade 3 of Persona Ride of the deck. And she basically has one basic skill, well, two skills, but one's the only one that really matters. And that's, when she attacks, you could counterblast one, put one or more of your meteorite cards, spoilers for a second, into your drop zone until the battle gets plus 15. You put 3 more meteors, you get plus 1 crit, and 5 more, you could activate your trigger effects twice. So ultimately, you do want to try to aim for those 5 meteorites in the drop zone every turn, if possible, just because like doubling your trigger effects gets kind of nutty. There's an overtrigger on screen, boom. So basically how the Brant Overtrigger works, you double your current critical and power values for your entire front row. So say you do it to Nordlinger, she starts out 28k double crits. So first of all, we're just going to go ahead and apply that right there. 56k quad crit, it's already amazing. But she does double those effects twice. So then you're doubling again for the Overtrigger. About 128k with 8 crits, boom, OTK right there as an example. But even just like a normal critical trigger will swing you to about 38k quad crit for literally no reason. So this is an interesting ability if you could afford to gamble it every turn. But what are these meteorites that you activate, you might ask? Let's take a look. The one that's coming out in set 3 with her is Needless Meteor Shower. This is an interesting card because first of all, you could run, you see this line right here I'm highlighting? You could have up to 16 of these boys in your deck. So keep that in mind. You have up to 16 copies. And Nordlinger, for her effect, you want to get rid of more and more meteors to maximize her skills. So there's one way of doing it. You just run a butt ton of these. It has 2 little abilities. Let's put it in Order Zone. You may Soul Charge 1. It's put by Vanguard's ability. You may also draw a card. These are optional abilities. You do not have to Soul Charge. You do not have to draw. More likely you'll want to, but it's putting it out there in case you think you're good deck or something. You do not have to activate these effects. They are on-place abilities. The more important part, though, is the second skill, which really ties into your Nordlinger. Where, let's put in the drop zone from your order zone. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. Spot removal, field nuke. If you're gonna go into this with Gravidia, you basically just pop any number of cards, and for every card you pop a rear guard. So very useful for field clearing. your opponent's probably going to play around if they know what they're doing and not feel stuff, but whatever, you're still going to want to pop meteors to get all your critical, your doubling effects, all that fun stuff. And yeah, that's basically ebb and flow of the deck, is just make a bunch of meteors, pop them, make huge DP style swings, double your trigger effects, and constantly nuke the board. Now there is one glaring issue with this deck, aside from, I guess, the opponent trying to play around it by playing nothing, thus giving you vanilla meteor showers that are just going to be high risk gambles on trying to swing for that OTK, I guess. But deck space. You know how I just said you could run those 16 meteor cards in your deck? Let's do some little basic math right now. I'm just gonna pop it on the screen, just do little ads. So, got your 4 cards in your red deck. You 0, 1, 2, 3, which I know I didn't really go over them. The 2 just lets you draw a card and becomes a big body. And the 1, I'll go over the 1 in a sec. The 1's actually really good, and you might want to run more copies of it. But so you get your 4 deck cards. You're probably gonna run 3 copies of your Persona ride, because every time you ride her, you're able to grab more meteors out of deck and play them for free. 16 triggers, obviously. 4 perfect cards, obviously, and 16 meteors. Add all that together, get a nice little 43 out of 50 cards. You just threw like your entire deck out the window. You have 7 spots to run cards left in. That said, like, you don't have to run the 16. I've seen a lot of builds run like 10 to 15, get away with it pretty well. But if you want to max out, if you're high roll, you are going to be running the 16, and that's going to severely limit your playability in this deck. I'm just going to go ahead and recommend 2 cards that you could use to fill those 7 slots. Probably for this Gravidia Tunnel, the grade 2, that says if your drop in order zone have a total of 5 more set orders, which meteors are, it continuously gets +5/+5, pretty standard. It's a 15k 10 defender, not bad. If you just want beefy things, because remember, your over trigger is doubling everything, so this becomes a 30k for free. And the grade 1 for the ride line, Gravidia Wells, who on ride effect doesn't matter, and this goes in your ride deck. But search for meteorites, that's good. But the most important part, if your Vanguard is Nordlinger, Soul Blast 1, choose up to 2 meteorites from your hand, put them into your order zone, and gets +2. So helps you accelerate your meteors, gives you a free, we'll say like you get 3 every turn in that case, because you get your 1 from your placement plus 2 from her effect. If you ride into Nordlinger, you get 2 off that as well. That's 5 right there. And there's more ways to cycle it, so definitely recommend throwing these in your deck if you have space for them. That said, we're talking about how Gravidia is good today, how it became playable, so let's go ahead and take a look at this week's Tuesday reveal on the official Bushy Road Twitter, because that's the first one I loaded up. So we'll start things off with Falling Hell Hazard, the new order for the set. Look, this art is fantastic. Look, that's fantastic. I love it. Continuous, if you count this for your meteorite cards in your order zone, it counts as 2. Great right there, 2 cards. Unfortunately, it does not count towards your 16, whatever. But when you drop zone from order, bind this card, choose one of your opponent's rear guards, and retire it. I like it, but I don't like it. I like it, I don't like it. It's great, don't get me wrong, it's fantastic. The fact that you're now able to count as 2, which lets your meteor storms go a lot faster, so you go cloudy with a chance of meatballs on your opponent. But it binds itself, which it was okay to bind itself until we looked at these next 2 cards, and I'll explain that as we talk about them. So we got Gravidia Shirgo here, which this art, first of all, this is like the reason I decided to do this last minute instead of the original idea. We actually have Space Kaiju waifus. It's not just Nordlinger looking kind of spooky being a tentacle goddess or whatever, but actual Kaiju waifus. Here you go. Here's Happy Spooks. But this card is actually really good. So once per turn, Soul Blast 2, choose up to 5 meteorites from your drop, return them to your deck and shuffle. I can stop reading the effect right there. But it does have another part to the skill, so we'll just do that real quick. If you turn 1 or more cards, it's +5. If you turn 3 or more cards, it's another +5. If you turn up to 5 cards, it gets another +5. So altogether, you return 5, you become a 25k beater. Once again, the whole doubling effect thing of the Overtrader is now a 50k double crit for free. And I literally don't have to go anywhere else in this video. Right there, return 5 orders from your drop zone. You don't have to worry about decking out anymore. You're able to run less order cards, which means you can run more units like her, or more copies of Wells and stuff like that, the ones I mentioned before. There's other tech cards that I'm not going to go into, but like right there, that is what the deck needed, was recurgence. Thank you, Bushy Road, for answering our prayers. Now, can you please break my boy Gredora in half for this set, and maybe give me some cool Gear Chronicle cards? The set's literally coming out around my birthday in English, so that would be a really cool birthday present. Give me some Gears. Just Gear Chronicle. Please give me Gear Chronicle. I just want a cool Gear Chronicle deck, Bushy Road. But let's go ahead and talk about the very last card. If you guys enjoy this kind of video, by the way, make sure to comment down below. Let me know that you like these. I know I've done a few of these for this Gredora so far, but I'll do news reviews. We got Gravidia Burrito Kirito. This is Gravidia Kirito, some sort of online. I still have yet to really watch anything beyond like the first few episodes of that, because I was born and raised on .hack. .hack likers, like in the comments below. I need to get back to playing one of those games eventually. But 2 skills. First of all, when it's placed in the rear guard, it costs Soul Blast 1, choose a meter from your drop zone, put it into your order zone. I can stop talking now and ignore the other effect. I guess I should go over the other effect. Here we go. For this beautiful space kaiju. Beautiful space kaiju monster. It's kind of spooky, but also kind of waifu. We appreciate it. Continuous. During your turn, if your opponent's rear guard is retired, he gets +5. If 3 more retired, he gets crit +1. That's a free effect. It goes off of Gravidia Linger. That's what you call some consistency right there. That's what you call little interaction between cards in the archetype to make them work together. And we talk about the first effect. That's all that matters. You get to put an order back in your order zone from your drop zone. This is why I like but don't like the new order that gets count. So good. So good. So good. So good. So good. So what do you guys think of the Gravidia archetype? Like, I personally really enjoy it. Obviously, there's a couple of holes that still need to be filled. But just like this portal and just the stuff they announced on Tuesday really helps buff the deck out from somewhere you're suddenly just playing 7 cards outside of a bunch of orders, and therefore you don't really have any defensive options. It's really an OTK deck that's kind of makes it scary, but still apparently has been working in Japan a little bit because it consistently gets 7% on the Dexander vlog thing. I breathed at one point. I said this is fine, but yeah, I like it. It's now gonna be playable. It has Resurgence, which was being really good on that. Like, they even did on the Blazebane deck with a Grade 3 on place to get arms back or something. Which, by the way, I'll do a video on that eventually. I am in love with what that deck's gonna turn into for reasons I'll explain later. But yeah, Nordlinger, I approve. We still don't have our Common Rider deck, unfortunately. We still don't have our Sentai Toku deck, but we still got giant space kaiju waifu, so I like it. It's Space Gredora. You guys know me, I love playing Gredora, like both the whole Daishoka reference to Kamen Rider, it introducing interesting control elements both in the premium and V formats, and yeah, it's just one of my favorite decks. So one of my most fun decks to play. But what do you guys think? Comment down below. How spooked are you out of 83? That's the ratio we're going with. How spooked are you out of 83 by Gravidia? In general, they're all called Gravidia. It's an archetype called Gravidia. Nordlinger is the name of Grade 3. As always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, just like I told you to comment things. I need to find more Halloween stuff. I found my kick pedal from Rock Band. It's got a spooky skeleton man. That counts, right? Don't forget to check out our affiliates as always. Help support the channel. And until next time, always embrace the infinite. And happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Have a happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. I'm done saying that. It's not a song.